Hey, everybody. And I'm telling you, these are my predictions and things that I think are going on in the universe right now, things to look at in these next 7 days from August 6th through August 13th. And I got to tell you, the story is up in the sky. I am not kidding you. We're going to look at Chakra Wisdom Cards. I'm going to pull some cards for you for the week. But a couple things, and I had to take notes because there were so many things going on this week. We're going to look at Venus entering Libra, which is, of course, in its exaltation. So it's a good time for peaceful communication, peaceful connections. That's nice. And then on the 7th, Mars is going to trine it in Aquarius. English, what that means is nice air sign energy flowing together. Mars, the working with what you like. Very good time to do it. And also, I yawn a lot when I read. The other thing I want to say, I had to take these notes because Uranus goes retrograde. So, of course, that's like going to be, blowing everything up into the air. Now, a couple things I want to say about that is this week is really going to be about what is inauthentic is going to be out the door. So it's really not going to last long if you're not authentic with your intentions this week. So I'm really going to encourage you to take a look at that. I think I also have to tell you, there's just so much going on. There is a new moon solar eclipse that we have not seen. We haven't seen, well, we have. It was sort of similar in the year 2000 at this time. So you're going to be having similar, feelings that are going on during that time. And it's in the new moon, which of course in the new moon, we know it's the darkness. So it's time we plan. It's time we look at what we really want. The other thing that I want to say is, and I'll put this down because now I got my cards, is that this week, authenticity, planning. That's going to be very key to what's going on. So as I ask for permission from God, Spirit, all the white light energy that we're bringing down, I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. We're going to look at where you've been coming from, where you are right now, and what as you're entering this week, and what we're really going to be looking at in this coming week. And sometimes I like to pull, oh gosh, we've got a lot going on. Okay. So some of you already know that when I read my deck, the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards, and that's the back of the cards. I don't have the deck in front of me. I mean that box. Okay, but I pulled, darkness, dawn, light. Let's see what's happening with you for the coming week. The first thing I want to say when I look at the wisdom card, as you can see, there's some little sage brushes in there. Mother Earth is in there, and she is bringing forth and asking for, this is the great servant. This is basically God, the God energy. He is coming forward to bring you some wisdom about what you need to know this week. And it's a heart chakra, green. So it's very important that you keep breathing energy into that heart, what you really want. Am I being authentic? And a good example of that litmus test, as I like to say, is, would you do this if there were no money involved? And that's the thing. This isn't a week for planning get rich quick schemes. By the way, I do yawn a lot when I read, so forgive me. But also something very interesting is, I'll show you the card. Hold on, wait for it. Perception, reversed. And of course, it's red reversed as well. But when we reverse a card, remember I said retrogrades become important. So knowing that Uranus is going to be going retrograde this week, and that sudden upsets, that sudden, I want to also say sudden inspiration. So make sure that when you go to sleep, you have that pad and pen by your bed. I have to tell you, this week, have it closer, it's almost like go to sleep with the, holding the pen, because it's going to come in bursts of ideas. And I want you to know that when we look at a reversal, especially because of that reversal coming in midweek, right? And this is the middle card. I want to look at how those two combine for you. And the way they're going to combine is that Uranus energy and the planning. You're going to have sudden ideas, and it may not make sense to you. I want to be very clear about that because, one of the things about this fable, this card is based on the fable And the fable is the emerald stone. And there's the stone right there. And one of the things that this fable is about, it's the princess comes into her garden and it's disheveled. It's a wreck. And she's very unhappy with it. And the emerald stone says, enter the door of understanding. And so she goes through this door, and it's very dark and it's confusing. And when she comes out the other side, it's the same garden, but it's absolutely beautiful now. And what's important about this card, as looking at it this week as a retrograde, we want to look at this as understanding that you may not understand. So the thoughts and ideas that are coming through to you may feel somewhat like that doesn't make any sense. Write it down anyway. The things that make the least amount of sense are going to have the biggest impact on you down the road. How do I know that? Well, guess what that other card I pulled was? No kidding. Hello. The second and third card, both are perception, and I pulled a fourth card, which I'll tell you about in a second. Why is that important? Now, some of you know this already. I actually use two of my decks. I shuffle them because I like to see if I'm going to get a double of a card. So if I get a double perception like that, that means a huge change of perception is coming this week for you, right? So what, if we look at darkness, what's dawning on you is a change of perception may be necessary. And you may not know until the end of the week what's going on. So I really want to be clear with that idea of being as authentic as you can, following your path, even if it feels awkward. Obviously if something feels wrong, don't do it. But if something just feels like it's awkward, but it doesn't feel bad, then just write it down. I can't tell you how many times I've said to somebody, write that down, even if it doesn't make sense. And that person's like, basketball, it makes no sense to me, that one word. And then, 6 weeks later, she meets a guy, they start dating, and as they get serious, he confesses that he was a basketball coach, a high school basketball coach, and of course they got married. So things like that start to become signs for you. So it's very important that you write down those hits. And that's one of the reasons I love the Chakra Wisdom cards, is that they do align with what's going on with you internally. So let's look at this final card I pulled, because I couldn't help myself. I pulled a fourth card, Quest. One of the things that's very interesting about this card, and I'm showing you this because in the fable, the elder woman goes to the wise youngster for his advice. And he reminds her in the fable that she's already on her path. And while many people see that the road ends at the swamp, that is an illusion, and there actually is no swamp. And so really, her path is through what others think doesn't exist. So I hope that message resonates with you this week, that your path may actually be revealed through what you don't even know is truthful yet. And definitely other people may not see it as something that's real for you. If you like this video, if you like the work I'm doing, please click like below, share it with your friends, and make sure you definitely subscribe to my channel. And remember that you can try the cards free at chakrawisdomoracle.com. That's chakrawisdomoracle.com, and you can actually try the shuffler, use the cards free, and I will see you next week. And please comment below. I want to hear how some of these things are playing out for you. And I will see you then, everybody. There we go.